Hi Sagittarius, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month we have a lunar eclipse, which is a full moon eclipse in Taurus on the 8th. And then Venus and Mercury move into your sign with the sun. Venus moves into Sag on the 17th. Mercury moves into Sag on the 18th. We have a new moon in your sign on the 23rd as the sun moves into Sag. And Jupiter also, your ruling planet, goes direct. So the end of the month is going to be an important time for you. But let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for the month of November. What does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? What does Sagittarius need to know? The Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands in the past, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the card at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. This is great. Okay, so Ten of Pentacles, you can't get better than this. This is a card of abundance. This is the wealth card. Wealth, but it's more than just money. It's security. So you could be feeling, this month you're going to start to feel more secure in your relationship. You may feel like you're with someone that you could actually, that's there for you, that will be there for you. The Ten of Pentacles is like the happy home. You know, you have a roof over your head, you have money in the bank, you have food on the table. It's just a card of abundance. And you have someone who's there for you, who has your back, so you're not alone in the world. You have the Queen of Wands here. This could be your energy, where you've decided to go take charge of your life and go after what you want. The Three of Wands is in the past, so whatever work you've put into this relationship, you're starting to see the results. You also have the Four of Wands, which is a card of marriage and security. It's stability, security. Sometimes it can represent marriage. You have the King of Cups here. This is someone, this person is very compassionate, very kind and loving. Someone who may keep their feelings hidden. They have a fear of rejection, so they're not one to wear their heart on their sleeve, but they care and they feel very deeply. So this could be someone that you're dealing with that has a real calming influence, a healing influence on you. Where you might be, because you have that fire energy, you know, you're ready to jump on your horse and ride, you know. The King is more calmer, like sometimes it could be a water sign, the Cups. So that could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with someone with that energy, or that, or that sign in their chart somewhere. If not the sun sign, it could be rising or moon. But this person, like, you could tell them anything, and they're very calm. They calm down when you're like stressed out. They calm you down. You can tell them anything. They understand you. Well, you've got this Knight of Cups. So I feel like you're getting a proposal from this King. Someone is going to be approaching you and giving you a love offer, or telling you how they feel. One thing you have to be careful of, you have this Four of Pentacles, which is a card of holding on to something, holding on to money. It can represent, like, you're focused on financial security, but it could also represent someone who's too controlling. So if that could be either you or the other person. I think it might be your energy. Don't try to control the outcome. Just learn to relax and go with the flow. If a relationship is flowing, let it flow. Don't try to control your partner, because you might be driving them away. You have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is a card of, you're at the beginning stages of something. Maybe a new career path. You're taking your career in a different direction. Maybe because you're wanting more financial security. So just take things one day at a time. You have the Temperance card here in your environment, and this is a card of two people who are very compatible. This can also represent a partner if you're in a relationship. The Temperance can mean that two people are very compatible, but they're also very different. And the way that you work out those differences is through compromise and meeting in the middle and seeing things from the other person's perspective, finding that balance. It's also telling you that you need to have a balance between work and life. So if you've been too focused on career and not giving your partnership enough energy or enough attention, it's time to find more of that balance where, okay, I have my job, but I also have to have a life outside of my job. I need to have love. I need to have, companionship. So you should leave time for that as well. It can't be all work and no play. But I think if you're having any issues in a relationship, the way to deal with it is to try to see things from the other person's side and realize I can't always get things my way, especially with this Four of Pentacles. If one of you is if you're always wanting to have things done, if you have a structured way of wanting things to be done, you don't want to be too rigid. You want to allow some flexibility for the other person's needs to be heard, the voice to be heard and needs to be fulfilled. You have to, they may have a different way of approaching things, and you have to give them that freedom to do things in their own way. And then I think you're fine. I mean, I'm not seeing major problems. That's just minor. You have the Six of Pentacles here. That's a card of, sometimes it can be a card of imbalance in the give and take, where one person is paying for everything and one person is doing all the work. And you may feel like the other person needs to step up to the plate. It could also mean that you're shifting your career where you're doing work that helps others that are less fortunate. So whatever work you're doing, you might be thinking, well, I want to do work where I'm, in the past, I've done work where it was just about money. I just wanted to make money. Now I want my work to have more meaning. I want to feel like I'm contributing to society. I want to feel like I'm helping those less fortunate. So that could be, what you're focused on in November. Finding that, using your talents in that way. The outcome is the Emperor. You can't get better than the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor is the executive card, the CEO, the boss. You could be dealing with someone who's either in a position of power or wanting to start their own business, someone who's very organized, very disciplined. Maybe it's even you're deciding that you want to show those qualities. You're trying to bring more abundance into your life. And maybe it's because you're connecting with someone, and you just want to provide for them. You want to bring more wealth into the partnership. But I feel like if this relates to a person, it's someone that you can count on. I feel like you're finally connecting with someone that is there for you. It's not a fly-by-night type of person. It's someone, so you could be like a power couple where you both work together for a common goal. As long as you allow each other to shine and you're not trying to stifle your partner, and you have to learn how to compromise, basically, and take your foot off the control panel. Let the other person have their freedom and have their say, and I think you'll do fine. I feel like you're going to be connecting with someone. If you're not already in a marriage, or if you're just dating, it could possibly lead to something that something very stable, very. I feel like you're attracting a good partner this time, or someone that is reliable, and someone who is you can count on to do what they say they're going to do. Because the Emperor is someone who's very disciplined, very organized, very take charge kind of person. They could be Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn even. But even if not, they're just someone who is responsible. They know, they could be in charge. They could be in an executive position, CEO, the executive, the person who takes responsibility. So it's possible you could be starting some kind of business with this person too. and you're working together to build something solid and stable. So if it's not a partnership, it could even be a business relationship. But I feel like it's going to be, it's going to lead you to victory, stability, abundance, because you have the wealth card here. But I think it could be a romantic partnership as well. If you're in a romantic partnership, it could be that you're moving up to the next level. That you're gonna, like, over time, it's gonna lead to commitment. If you just heed these two, you're gonna work out the imbalance. If there's an imbalance in the relationship, it's gonna become more equal over time. So try not to control the outcome and let things flow, because you're on a good trajectory. So let's see what the angel cards have to say. For Sag. Rainbow. You are a jewel. Even though you may not see it, even in the darkest times, you shine eternally bright. You are surrounded by an aura of love, and a pot of gold waits beyond the horizon. All will clear soon. Trust and continue to follow your dreams. You are eternally blessed. So yeah, I'm not seeing any major problems. I think you're on the right path, and you're going to be attracting love and abundance this month, especially at the end of the month. Now we'll get into the astrology. So you're going to have this full moon lunar eclipse on the 8th of November in your 6th house. And it's also aspecting your 12th house. So the Sun, Mercury, and Venus are in the 12th. And the Moon and Uranus are in the 6th. So the 6th house relates to your day-to-day activities on the job, but also your health. And the 12th house has to do with things that are hidden, things that you keep, that you're not, it could be things that you hide from others. It could be things that others hide from you. It could be things that you're unaware of. It's the house of hidden enemies. It's the house of psychological blockages, mental, it's the house of the unconscious, pretty much. And it sometimes represents institutions like prisons, hospitals, those kind of things. So you might be dealing with that, or something is, but I feel like something is coming to light around your career, like your day-to-day job. There might be some instability, some changes at work, in your work environment. But also, you could be signing a contract with Mercury in the 12th. And you have Saturn squaring this full moon from the 3rd house. And the 3rd is the house of communication. So the only challenge at this full moon, the major challenge, is Saturn's energy. And Saturn represents blockages, restriction, hurdles to be overcome. So there could be a contract that you're trying to sign, and you have to work out some of the details behind the scenes. Because Mercury squares Saturn, you need to speak up about what you feel. And Venus in the 12th house, you need to speak up about how you feel in a love relationship too. Because Venus in the 12th can mean you have hidden feelings for someone and you're not telling them about it. Mercury in the 12th house squaring Saturn, you're afraid to speak up. You're afraid to give your opinion because you're afraid of that authority, because Saturn represents authority, are not going to hear you. They're not going to want to hear what you have to say, or they're going to reject you in some way. So don't be afraid of rejection during this time. Speak your piece. If there's something bothering you in a work situation, speak up about it. And in some cases with Uranus in the 6th, you may decide to make some sudden changes in your job situation. Mars is in the 7th house. Mars is trining Saturn. So your focus with Mars is on partnership. So you might be creating a new partnership. Maybe there are negotiations behind the scenes where you're moving out of one job, moving into another job, or you're taking a new direction in your career. Jupiter and Neptune are in your 4th house. Jupiter in the 4th house, you could be either working on your home to make it better or more expansive, or you could be looking for a new house that has more room. something that's brighter and bigger. Just watch out with Neptune there. Check for any kind of mold or water damage because Neptune represents water. But on the positive side, this house can be your sanctuary, your spiritual sanctuary. And when Jupiter transits your 4th house, if you're thinking about moving, this is the best time to look for a new home because you'll have a lot of opportunities to choose from, a lot of options to choose from. And it's just a time of abundance. So if you're in a cramped place now, you might be moving into a bigger place, a brighter place, where you feel you have more room to spread out. And I feel like that's because of a partnership. Because things are changing, you're confronting aspects within a partnership. I mean, when Mars is in the 7th house, it can cause arguments. But it's really there to clear the air so that you can have a better partnership. So if you've been repressing things and not bringing things up, now's the time to talk about it so you can see it and clear it and move on and create a stronger partnership. Pluto's in your 2nd house, so it's been there since 2008. So the way you earn money, the way you value yourself has been transforming. It's next year Pluto's moving into Aquarius, and so it'll be leaving your 2nd house. So you've come a long way since 2008 in how you view yourself, your self-worth, what you're willing to accept in terms of finances. You're not going to, settle for less. You're only going to be around people who love and value you. You're not going to give your gifts to people who don't value you. You've got Chiron in the 5th house, and it's sextile Saturn in the 3rd house. So you have some healing to do with relatives, maybe brothers, sisters. It's a good time to reach out to them, and if you have any kind of falling out, to heal those relationships. Also healing around children. If you have any children and you've been having difficulties with children, it's a good time to have a stronger relationship, communicate, talk about it, reconnect with people that you haven't been seeing eye to eye with. I think that there could be some healing at this time. But the most important thing with this 6th and 12th house axis is realizing, waking up and seeing the truth, seeing where you might have been sabotaging yourself, and anything that comes up at this time, it may not be pleasant, but if you can face it and deal with it, you could clear this baggage from your life. So anything that's been blocking you from success, you can see it and clear it and heal from it. But it's going to involve having some difficult conversations with the people involved. So don't be afraid to speak your truth. Just speak it in a kind way, because Sagittarius sometimes has you have a very blunt way of saying things, and that might not go over too well with certain people that are very sensitive. So if you could speak, tone down, say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So keep that in mind when you're communicating with people, and you'll be fine. Then we have this new moon in Sag, your sign, your 1st house. This is going to be great because this new moon is trine Jupiter. It's in your 1st house, so it's like a new you. It's a time for a new beginning in the way you see yourself, the way people see you. It's going to be a time of optimism and opportunity. And it's trining Jupiter in the 4th house with Neptune. You could find an ideal location to live at this point. Or you could have a new beginning with home and family. Maybe you're setting up a new home, or you're having a new relationship with your family. Pluto is sextile this moon and Jupiter and Neptune in your 2nd house, so there could be more money coming in. You could be dealing with powerful people that powerful groups. Your financial situation is going to be transformed, I think, for the better. You have Venus and Mercury in your 1st house. So as Venus this month is going to move into Sag, Mercury's moving into Sag. So they're moving out of the 12th house in Scorpio, where they were problematic, and moving into the 1st house, where they're going to work for you. They're going to become more visible. So when Venus crosses your ascendant, if you're not involved in a relationship, it will attract one. If you are involved in a relationship, you're going to have you're going to relate better. You're going to be more charming, more agreeable. and with Mercury too. You're ready to talk about the things that have been bugging you, and to resolve them, and to create. And there's like Mercury is sextile Chiron, Venus is sextile Chiron in your fifth, so it's a time for healing. It's a time for you to do things that bring joy to your life. Maybe you've been working really hard and you haven't really enjoyed everything that you've been working on. You've been going through some difficult times, confronting some difficult things, doing a lot of healing that's been difficult. When you get to the Sagittarius new moon, it's like a rebirth. It's like a new energy coming in. And I think you can have the potential to have some major healing in your life that brings joy in your life. And if you're signing any kind of contract, especially in business, it's going to be in place for a long time because Mars is trining Saturn. So have those serious conversations. Don't worry that it's not going to go your way, because I think if you can confront the issues that have been plaguing you, you can have a positive resolution. And so the changes that Uranus is bringing, Uranus wants to get you on the right path. You have the North Node in the 6th house. So in Taurus, that means you have to take care of you. Taurus is about, sensuality, abundance, treating yourself right, leaving time for self-care, nurturing yourself. Taurus is about survival. So maybe you have to make some changes in the way you work and the way you serve others to leave time to take care of yourself so that you're healthier, so that you're not all work and no play. Because I think you're coming into a positive time with this new moon. So take advantage of this opportunity for this new beginning. It's going to bring joy and abundance into your life, and possibly love if you don't have and if you are in a loving relationship, it's going to make the partnership more harmonious. You're going to have an opportunity for a new beginning in that relationship. So that's my forecast, Sag. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, leave a comment. So click on the subscribe button. All those things help this channel, help support the channel. And thank you for those who are supporting this channel. If you're new, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Welcome. And happy birthday also if you have a November birthday. Some Sagittarius are born in November, some are born in December. So if you're celebrating a birthday this month, happy birthday. And have a happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States celebrating Thanksgiving. In any case, for all of you out there, have a wonderful November. Blessings are coming, so hold on. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.